On today's show, Sony surprises everyone at CES with an amazing electric car. Volkswagen says it needs to dramatically change to avoid the same fate as Nokia. And Elon Musk says that your Tesla may soon start talking to you. These stories and more coming next. This is Ecotricity's ecoTEC roundup show from New Zealand's only carboNZero certified renewable electricity company. We are 100% Kiwi and we're 50% community owned. Why not switch today at ecotricity.co.nz? Welcome back to another ecoTEC news roundup show. I'm back from all of the fun that was CES, and I'm here to give you all the news that we've missed out on since the start of the year, plus bring you more stuff from CES. Keep your eyes posted. We're just back from that big show and we saw plenty of cool things there, and of course we've got lots to share with you on this channel. But perhaps the most impressive exhibit this year was an unexpected one, a fully functioning all-electric car from Sony. With what we were told was a better range than anything on the market today, this car has all-wheel drive, impressive specs and a complement of 33 onboard digital sensors. Made by Sony, of course. Sadly, though, this car is unlikely to be available for the public to buy. This is essentially, for now, a technology demonstrator Sony is using to showcase all of its vehicle tech. We were one of the lucky few to get inside while we were at CES, and there is a review coming. California luxury EV company Lucid has announced this week that it will be revealing its official production version of the Lucid Air electric sedan in April in New York City. That would likely place the reveal to take place during the New York Auto Show, although Lucid hasn't confirmed that publicly. The Lucid Air prototype, that's what you're seeing here on screen, was certainly pretty futuristic in its interior design language, so expect a more toned-down version for the production vehicle. It will enter an increasingly crowded luxury EV market segment, so I'm really keen to see where it sets itself apart from the competition. In order to avoid the same fate that Nokia had in the world of the iPhone, Volkswagen needs to dramatically change the way it operates in the world of Tesla. That's the message from Volkswagen boss Herbert Diess, who told Reuters this week that the age of the classic car maker is over, and that changes that Volkswagen needs to execute to survive will be its toughest challenges to date. He confirmed major cuts in traditional automotive investment and said that connected and self-driving cars, as well as electric mobility, were what Volkswagen needs to focus on from now on. From outside, it certainly seems as if Volkswagen realizes it needs to change or die. Tesla sent an update letter to its reservation holders for the Semi at the start of this year, giving those patiently waiting for their all-electric big rig a written briefing on Tesla's semi-engineering process, confirming that limited volume Tesla Semi production is unlikely to start until the second half of this year. Tesla reported to reservation holders that the Tesla Semi testing program is progressing well, with test trucks holding up well to stringent tests. It looks like higher volume production won't start until 2021, however, with Tesla saying production specs will come, quote, next year. At the tail end of last year, official range estimates for the 2020 Porsche Taycan Turbo of just 201 miles per charge from a 93.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack were released. Now we've just heard the official rating for the highest performance Taycan, the Taycan Turbo S, and it's even worse. At 192 miles per charge, the Taycan Turbo S is now the least efficient EV on sale to date, managing just 68 miles per gallon equivalent. But if this car gets more Porsche drivers plugging in, even with terrible efficiency, that's better than keeping them with internal combustion engine cars, right? US President Donald Trump may have campaigned on the promise of increasing the mining and burning of what he called, quote, beautiful clean coal, but official figures just released show that 2019 saw the second fastest close down of coal-fired power plants in the US on record. According to data collected from the US federal government, around 15,000 megawatts of coal-fired power stations were either retired or converted to other power generation methods. The reason? Coal just isn't financially sustainable when compared to other forms of generation, and renewable generation methods have never been more affordable. And that means that electric cars are just getting cleaner and cleaner as the grid does the same. The Boring Company is apparently full steam ahead with its first public project, a twin tunnel loop system between different parts of the Las Vegas Convention Center. The tunnel is going to be around 1 mile in length, and it's actually shorter than the Boring Company's original Los Angeles demonstration tunnel. Unlike the original Boring Company goals of dropping travel times in busy cities, this particular tunnel is designed just to cut travel times between different parts of the Las Vegas Convention Center, which, as I can vouch for, as having been there for a week, is huge. Without a union representing them, Tesla employees have traditionally found it harder to negotiate for pay rises. And with Tesla just ending its best quarter and best year to date, some Tesla staff are taking an interesting route to asking for more pay. A petition on coworker.org, initiated by a Tesla employee in Richmond, Virginia, and supported by other Tesla workers around the US, calls for Tesla to increase wages by 15% to, quote, bring us closer to a living wage. In just 4 days, it's amassed 453 signatures, many of whom are from Tesla employees and Tesla customers. Last week, ahead of CES 2020, Fisker unveiled its Ocean electric SUV, and at CES we got to see the all-electric crossover for the first time. We even made a video on it. You can see it here. Made with recycled plastic recovered from discarded fishing nets in the ocean, the Fisker Ocean is not a bad-looking car, and it can be reserved from $250 from either a full purchase from $37,499 in the US or $379 per month from a lease program. Sadly, though, we've not been given full specs yet. They are promised to us at around the same time as the Geneva Motor Show in a few months' time. Here's a question for you. What do Apple and Fiat, Chrysler, Peugeot, Citroën have in common? Well, aside from the use of CarPlay in FCA vehicles, it turns out that they're soon going to share a manufacturing partner. That's because Hon Hai Precision Industry Company, a main assembler for Apple iPhones and other Apple computers, is in the process of establishing a joint venture with FCA to develop and make electric vehicles for the Chinese market. The venture will be 50-50 owned between the two companies, and while it will focus on electric vehicles for China, it could eventually end up expanding to more global markets. And finally, the idea that cars can talk to us is not a new thing. From the fantasy of KITT in the 1980s to the actual real terror that was the MG Maestro and that notorious voice synthesizer telling you you've got a door ajar, we've not been swayed on the idea of conversing with our cars. And this week, Tesla took a step towards that future vision, with Elon Musk posting a video on Twitter showcasing a Tesla vehicle actually factually talking as it drove down the road. Musk says it will be a real thing and we will eventually see talking Teslas. But it's got me wondering what a talking Tesla would actually say, or even sound like. Let us know in the comments below. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Spread the word and tell your friends about the show. And if you've got some feedback, do send it our way. While you're at it, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next episode. And of course, while you've got your browser open, why not switch to New Zealand's only carboNZero certified renewable electricity company? They make it super easy for you to make the switch, and when you do, you will be helping New Zealand go zero emission long before its goal of doing so by 2050. I'll be back soon with a new episode, but until then, thanks for joining me. Keep your eyes peeled for more fun from CES, but in the meantime, I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield. Ka kite! See you next time.